Welcome to the Thereafter podcast. Thereafter is a media and production company based in Orange County, California. On this podcast, we will be highlighting the culture of Orange County by interviewing creatives, community-based organizations, and business professionals. I'm Armin Bryant.
And I'm Quentin Bryant.
And at Thereafter, we are passionate about storytelling and the impact on the audience thereafter.
We want to hear your story and tell the stories about films, documentaries, testimonials.
As we produce our own creative endeavors, we want to hear about yours. If you have something that you're passionate about and you want a platform to talk about it, reach out to us. Our contact information will be in the description below.
Here at Thereafter, we act, we film, we produce, whether it's poetry, musical creations.
We playwright, we screenwrite,
Yeah.
and more. So hopefully we'll be able to continue to share these creative projects with you all.
We really want to create a community where we really highlight all the amazing things that are happening in Orange County. And I think it's going to be really awesome. I think there's a lot of talented people out there, and we definitely want to connect with you.
Absolutely. So let's get into it. What's something that's inspired you lately? And let's start with on this podcast.
Oh man, yeah. I won't spoil anything, but we did this podcast with a master artist, someone who's a master of his craft, and I'm really excited for you guys to see that. I'm gonna sum it up in one phrase, and I want you guys to actually take this phrase with you through every podcast you hear and see from us. And that is, once you master your craft, whether it's artistic, analytical, a job, a business, a work of art, whatever it is, once you master it and you get to a certain level, it becomes art. And it's capable of inspiring those around you and help uplift them no matter what it is.
Yeah, I think that was probably my biggest takeaway from that interview too.
So I'm still in awe.
That's going to be on the next episode, so stay tuned. What else have you been seeing lately? Any movies or anything like that?
Oh yeah. It was one of our brothers. It was one of our brother's birthday. We're siblings, by the way. You haven't noticed. It was one of our brother's birthday. I actually went to see Bad Boys 4. And let me just say, it was exquisite. I'm a huge critic in my family. Again, I'm the fifth son, so that's saying something. I'm very hypercritical of films because I love them. I'm a cinephile. My dad's been taking me to the movies since I was 3 years old. And Bad Boys 4 was a masterwork from the cinematography, the lights, the sound, the actors. Martin Lawrence and Will Smith were in their bag.
Yeah, that's what I was most curious about. How did Will do?
Will was excellent. It was so good. It was so good. I haven't seen him in an action movie in a long time. He says himself, The Pursuit of Happiness was actually his best work he's ever done. But I love Will Smith in action movies.
Yeah, I love action Will. I Robot.
Super throwback, Wild Wild West, Men in Black. Yeah, it's been Hancock. But yeah, Will Smith, and let me just say this.
I don't know if you can count Hancock as an action movie. I don't know what that was.
It's like
There's a lot happening.
It was if you had a superhero wife that was always angry at you.
Hancock is the only movie that I can watch and be like, what just happened?
Every time I see it, I understand it a little bit more because they're so vague about the lore that you're like,
I feel like I understand it a little bit less every time.
Yeah. It was a fun flick. I feel like it's cool whenever they do a human Superman. So he's just a regular guy, but he's Superman. That's always interesting to watch for me. I don't like perfect pretty boys. So,
Another thing that I'm super excited about in this podcast is to highlight some of the community-based organizations around. We know people who are doing amazing work in the community, and to be able to shine a light on that is going to be awesome for several different reasons.
Oh yeah, we got hopefully, no spoilers again, but we got a podcast in the works where this guy's phenomenal. His story's phenomenal, and the work he's doing in the community every day, I think is like integral to a healthy community in anywhere. So I'm really excited.
Yeah. I
To bring
spent
that
I
guy in.
spent 10 years at a nonprofit. He spent some time at
Did
a
2 years
nonprofit.
at
And we are very passionate about organizations where people come together to support others.
the greatest resource there is to help a human being is another human being. So I have a lot of heart and a lot of love for our community organizations all around that we're going to highlight, where hopefully you guys can see that you guys can get involved on everyday stuff, being a hero to others.
Well, two things. First, if you are a part of a community based organization or you're starting one, you have aspirations for one, let us know. We would love to keep people informed on the different things and how they can get involved and support our community.
Yeah, we'd love to throw a spotlight on you and help support you and your dreams and goals of helping others.
I think what originally started or piqued my interest, I guess, in community based organizations is that we're both Christian
Yes.
and we were raised with the ideals and principles to support others, to help others, to uplift others, and I think that's kind of interesting. It was an interesting upbringing in the fact that we were taught idealistically, from our point of view, the best way for the world to operate, and then we saw the contrast of how the world operates now,
Yeah.
especially with cancel culture and just people not being able to escape labels. I think that's a big thing. Once someone's negatively labeled, it's like
You're done.
you're done.
cooked.
It's impossible for you to there's nothing you can do to redeem yourself that's kind of like a societal norm now, which is
a shame.
It's a shame.
I firmly believe the world is worse off because of it. Human beings are very nuanced. Even when someone labels themselves as something, there's so much more than that.
Yeah.
And which means that everyone has a lot to give. And when you completely cut that person outlet off, especially someone who's remorseful and wants to do better, and you don't give them the chance to do better, you're hurting the world at large, because there's more that person has to give. The world only really turns when people serve people.
Yeah. Actually, working our sound today is one of our brothers who's a therapist named Patrick. So Pat, if you don't mind, if you could come over here and share your 2 cents on redemption.
Yeah. You guys are in for a treat. It's very hard to get him on camera. We had to beg him. So
Okay, so on redemption, honestly, it's a very, like they said, nuanced kind of subject, because there are so many situations. It's like a case by case basis, and so because there are things that people do that you want to try and forgive them, but you can't. Just based on the emotions and feelings that come along with whatever the situation is. But on like the general scale, like normally you would want someone from your own perspective to give you another chance if you were failing or having um, a moment where you made mistakes and you harmed someone with your actions or whatnot, whatever that may be. More than likely, you want an opportunity to redeem yourself, to do better. And
this is also going off the fact that it's sincere.
Yes, like
Right.
this person or whoever it may be wants to do better by you. And there is a limit, you can't let people continue to, harm you in a way. But if they're genuine about trying to do better, I say give them the chance. I mean, a redemption story is awesome, but it also helps everyone that it's involved grow, helps them do better, and then it serves the wider community, not just between two people or whatever given scenario, but it makes the society is better if people are learning from their mistakes, they're learning from their actions, and are convicted, and with the and how they need to have the opportunity to seek out redemption. Otherwise, what are they going to do? How will they accomplish that if never given the chance? And I know that, I mean, that's a very, yeah, biblical thing with being redeemed. It's basically what it revolves around. And so having that belief, I think that's the best way to do it. But even in a therapeutic sense, if there's people coming to, see me for therapy, more than likely they're trying to better themselves. They're trying to get over what they've done wrong in the past, whether it's to themselves or to others. And so if we just cut them out, and I think that happens sometimes. Sometimes the person they want to reconcile with is not open to reconciliation. But if they're given that opportunity, I think there's room for both parties to grow. And if not, then they're at least putting that effort in so they can better themselves with the thought of redemption on their mind and heart.
Well said. I would also just kind of sum it up as it would behoove us all to give someone else the second chance we would want.
Yeah, I basically brought that up because the whole Will Smith thing kind of reminded me of that, and how, is there anything Will can do, I think, to fix his image in people's minds, and life is kind of like that, or what we viewed right in life, where people make a mistake and it doesn't matter if they stop making the mistake, they never make the mistake again. I think for some people it's just kind of like
dang near perfect track record, and then to mess up while trying to defend someone else.
But it also has to come from a point of sincerity. You have to believe that someone is truly trying to change.
And I guess the main thing is people will see the actions are sincere, and then they'll just harden their heart. And I think we really got to get out of that.
Yeah, that's the culture these days, is that they want to, cancel people for anything and everything at this point. And it's very hard to come back from that when you have public opinion against you. And a lot of times public opinion doesn't have all the facts. They don't know where people are coming from. And not to excuse the bad behavior, but there's usually more to it. Humans are complex beings.
Yeah. Not to mention, not to put anyone on blast, but most of the bad behavior that's frowned upon, people are doing in private, the people that are frowning upon it. So a little bit of grace would be great to make the world keep turning.
I think that's a little bit of a side effect of kind of the internet, right? People, social media, and people having these, what is it called? Echo chambers.
Yeah.
They think one thing and then someone else agrees, and then a third person agrees, and they're like, that must be the case. And then you find out later, none of it was
completely wrong.
Yeah.
You have the license to do that with the internet, with anonymity. You don't have to, put yourself behind your words, because no one knows who it is. No one knows that it's you. And that's the same effect of the rumor mill or the mass, right? They have a defense, so they can say anything or get away with whatever. But that's not always good. I mean, it harms us as a whole.
Yeah.
Well, I say all this to say, I know that was a crazy tangent, but I say all this to say that we at Thereafter, we're passionate about people's individual stories and turning setbacks into comebacks.
Yeah.
And we truly believe that every person has the ability to make a new moment. It's a new moment for you to get back up and be the person that you were purposed to be. We believe every single person has purpose and can bring value to this world.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And here's our faces, and I'll say it to your face. I don't need anonymity. I'm right here. You can pull up. But we love you, and we're rooting for you. And we want to do life with everyone. We want to uplift our community. Right. We want to grow with our community. We don't. We're gonna learn and grow as a community, and we're gonna spread care, love to everyone. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be great. And I want you, when you hear us and with the themes and the people we're talking to, I hope and I pray it fires you up and inspires you to get up and go towards your passion and tell us about it, so we can cheer you on and pray for you. It's gonna be an amazing adventure. I'm super excited.
Yeah, please reach out if you feel like there's something that we should touch on, or if you feel that there's someone we should highlight or an organization we should highlight. Reach out to us and let us know.
Thank you for having us. Thank you for listening. There's so much more to come. We have all these amazing human beings that we're going to be interviewing, that we're going to bring straight to you, that maybe is even your neighbor. You're going to be like, holy moly, this person's on fire.
Yeah,
And
we're also going to be talking about our creative projects, and the
Yes.
different things that we're working on, and we hope to share more of that with you too. So we're excited. If you're not excited yet, stay tuned.
yeah, because
Will
we got heat. We got heat for you. What do they say? What do the kids say? Oh yeah, like, subscribe, follow. This is gonna be one heavenly adventure.
Yeah, be blessed.